It's Monday night and the scores are in. Nick and Dave about to break it again. Big hits, big trades, heartbreak and fame. Welcome to the league that never plays tame. This is MDFL. Legends rise and the mighty fell. From kickoff till that Monday bell. We bring the heat, yeah, can't you tell? Stats and smack, we're talking bold. Trash talk stories, glory told.
All right, MDFL, welcome back to the Week 12 recap show. We've got me and Dave both here, both live and in person. It's what the people want, and we're ready to give it to you. Dave, how you doing today?
I am doing well. MDFL world, how are we doing? Week 12 is almost complete. We got a lot of stuff going on in Week 12 and Week 13. A lot of good games. A lot of teams still in it. A lot of playoff spots still up for grabs here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. As I look this stuff over, it's a fun week here, and it's setting up for an even more exciting Week 13. So I love it. I'm sure, as usual, Dave has probably done a far greater deal of research than I have, so we're going to lean heavily on Dave again. I carried us that 1 week, man. That's all I got. That's all I got for you.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I look forward to Monday mornings because that's what I do. I go and check in, get the truck out, and it's like, all right, let's see how everybody did and how things are shaking out. So,
no, it's perfect, man. I love it. I always got to check too. I honestly, a lot of weekends don't look for scores through the day. I'm superstitious, and I'm like, if I check my scores in the middle of the games, then I'll have a bad week. So I try not to look too much. But at some point, you certainly got to peek in there Sunday night and see how you're doing. So yeah, as I looked, I felt pretty comfortable with my game. So we'll start there. I didn't have a very good score, and certainly as the week went on, I wasn't looking great. My offense was fantastic, but some slackers there on defense. We got some low-digit points here. I still got a couple guys to go.
Well, you got two studs left to go. You still got Dowdle and CMC. That'll put you over the 300 mark.
Yep, I should be over 300, no problem. Then I got, I think, a random IDP or maybe I've got a linebacker, San Fran linebacker left. I've been going back and forth. D. Winters or that Robinson kid who replaced everybody is hurt in San Francisco. So we'll see. But either way, I got Dan. I took him down this week, so that feels good. And Dan, if you're watching, just a quick shout out because I also beat Dan in another league this week. So it was a rough week for Dan versus me. What I couldn't do is manage to stay up with a guy like Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin's team is freaking rolling.
His team is rolling. Well, and I'll just say that anybody who's got Myles Garrett is rolling right now. Dude is throwing up some big points. So Justin's got this game in hand. He's still got Kittle and Stout in his offense left, so he's going to add to that. I'm not sure he'll get to 400, but he is. Has he won the last 2 or 3 weeks of high score?
I'll take a look at that here in a second. I know he got last week. I'm not sure if I updated it.
Well, he either had the one before that or 2 weeks before. So he's had 2 out of the last 3 or something like that. But
okay, he had week 8 and week 11, and then sandwiched in the middle, the Detroit Lions had weeks 9 and 10. So it's been wow. It's been actually just very few teams that have won that this year. I had a couple weeks, and then it was a little more random, but the Packers have done it twice. Yeah, so it's kind of been top heavy in that regard, but. Yeah, Justin is absolutely blown up. Myles Garrett, last year, Super Bowl championship on the Bengals team. I didn't feel like I had the funds to sign him. I should have found the funds because the guy's got 18 sacks on the year. Just another monster week. He's almost
he got 100 points out of his defensive ends. That is, of course, I don't know what a defensive end is, so I have no leg to stand on there. So.
It's certainly elusive to you. I agree, man. We don't know what's going on there. I just make sure I don't roster any of the same defensive ends as you do. That's my whole game plan.
That makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next?
Let's talk about the AFC East because that is a division that just nobody wants to take control of.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. And here we have a game that was, kind of a game of the weekish, as far as two teams that are really battling it out for the playoffs, but also for that division title. In the East, right now, it looks like, Rich, who sold and then started to maybe buy back a little bit, probably should have stayed a seller, at this point. Although they're going to be tied. Joey's got this one. I mean, from what I'm looking at this right now, Dolphins have Juwan Jennings left and Jair Brown, the safety. That's not going to be enough. Joey's got some random guys. He's got his punter, not going to score a lot. His defensive tackle might not score anything. But he's still got a 62-point lead and an IDP rando guy. I didn't figure out who it was.
I think he's got 2 defensive tackles going tonight.
That could be. Yeah, but I mean, if one of them does anything, and even if one of them doesn't do anything, this game's pretty much over. It would take just a monster game from Jennings. Brock Purdy is back for San Fran, but I just don't see it happening, man. I think
basically all 3 of these teams, these 2 teams in Buffalo, are all going to be 9-6 going into Week 13, and Rich and Buffalo have got to play. So
yeah.
And then Buffalo's other game is Pittsburgh next week. So
man, wow.
Buffalo has got Pittsburgh and Miami next week. So Jeremy's been saying the playoffs have already started for him. And he is going through the gauntlet right now. I mean, yes, he's got Braxton. I'm sorry, Braxton, but yeah, he's walked all over Braxton. But all 3 of these teams are going to be 9-6, and Jeremy's probably going to have to find a way to win both of those games next week to win his division, or at least one of them to get in the playoff spot.
Yeah, it's really, really going to be tight. And Jeremy has had just a brutal schedule. It feels like every week we're on here talking about how he's got to score big points. Didn't necessarily have to do that this week, but he got the win. He's going to be over 300 yet again. Certainly a dangerous team. So, there's some of us that don't really want him in the playoffs.
And Jeremy's got, he has all the tiebreakers. He's got the most points. I hate to say this out loud, but he's got a high PP. And so, he's a tough team. And, I mean, even if he sneaks into the playoffs as a 6 or a 7, that 2 or 3 seed doesn't want to be playing him.
That's just it, and again, this is kind of a floor game for him, whereas defensive guys did pretty well. I mean, he's still got 2 yet to go. His offense didn't really do much outside of Wendell Robinson and Trey McBride had good games, but at quarterback, just a so-so game for Drake May. And then his running back, Charbonnet, didn't do much. Nico Collins, Emeka Egbuka didn't really do much. So, yeah, I mean, there's a much, much higher ceiling than what we've seen here. Talk, as I heard it was, Bucky Irving may well be back. He'll get Kamani Vidal back at running back. He'll get Jamar Chase back. He's got Drake London coming back. So, yeah, he's just got a wealth of riches on that offense right now. And the tough part about that will be picking which ones to play. Well, that's what it's really going to come down to.
Just you're rolling down and scrolling down and looking at his bench. It's amazing. He put up over 300 points. He's still got 2 points with that wide receiver room still sitting there. I mean, all on buys are not playing or injuries with London and Chase and Brown not playing this week. So
yeah, a lot of guys. Yeah, I mean, he had some defensive guys that were out this week too. I'm sure Luvu's probably a weekly starter for him.
Keep him in the AFC. We don't need him over here.
Yeah, we need him. We need him out of the playoffs. That's what we all need. All right, man. So yeah, the East is looking really strong, really fun, right down to the finish. 9-6, 9-6, 9-6, and
Braxton.
So this is another fun one right here, man. This is going the way I want it to, but tell me what you think about this. I mean, right now Tennessee's got this 13-point lead.
Jacksonville's got his defensive tackle Robinson left.
Yep.
And Tennessee still has his cornerback and his safety left, and Smith Wade and Sigel. I think the 13 points plus the 2 IDP players. I think Dustin hangs on to this game.
It's going to be close, man. I think it's going to be extremely close because I don't know how you say his name either, Marquis Sigel. He's pretty much lost his job. Over the last few weeks, he's barely scored anything at all. Now, I haven't checked injuries. Maybe he is starting again this weekend. But Smith Wade has to do something for him, I think, if he's going to hold this lead. Ashawn Robinson's highest score this season has been 23 points. So let's say he repeats that. That puts, the Jags up to 297 or 298. So all he needs is, about 5 or 6 tackles out of his cornerback position, and then he won't need Sigley to do anything. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. He really didn't have any other choices because his other safeties did absolutely nothing. So he kind of had to plug that guy in. But this one's coming down to the wire.
Well, it also has, if Dustin wants a chance of making the playoffs, he needs to win this game tonight.
Yep.
I'll put him in at 8-7 and still in the hunt.
Yeah, write that in pencil though, because that's coming down to it, man. And then the other one, we kind of had a little bit of a bum fight here. Josh has certainly had a better season by all means, and he's geared himself up pretty well. I rode the motorcycle with Rich yesterday, and he was pointing out how many draft picks the Houston Texans have. I'll try and pull that up actually while we're bantering here and look at that at some point. But yeah, he's kind of prepared for next year. Jason's preparation for next year, maybe not quite where he wants it to be yet.
Oh, I hate to harp on him every week, but I looked at Jason's team. He's legal this week, but I looked at his bench points, and I think his bench points were like 24 points, which, 24 and a half points. And I'm like, how is that even possible? And, almost half of them came from the Cleveland Browns offense. So, man, dude, Jason, if you're listening, man, you got like $60-some million. Go buy yourself some depth,
Yeah. Go do something with it, man. Because, right now we got 1 week left for waivers, regular season waivers. You pick up a stud right now, you pick up a hidden gem on waivers, you can waiver tag him. You've got those 2 waiver tags. So there's no reason Jason shouldn't have 53 guys on his active roster, a full taxi squad, and every dime spent. Because what are you doing with that money otherwise, man?
Yeah.
Mystifying. All right. Sure, he's got a plan. Can't wait to hear what it is. Okay.
Anyways, Josh is going to win this game, so kudos to Josh. And Jason is solidifying his another year with that pink license plate.
Looking pretty strong, isn't it? Yep. We'll see as we go, but I think right now he is that bottom team with only 2 wins and 13 losses. All right. Aaron has climbed out of the gutter after taking over. He's moving to 4-10 now, and I didn't get a lot of analysis done on this one. Rich, where are we at with this one?
Okay, well, Aaron's up by 43. He's got one offensive player left from the Niners. So he's either playing Pearsall or Tongs. Neither one of them are real good choices. I've got Pearsall on my team, and he is just 1 catch for 8 yards last week. But when he's not hurt, who knows? KC's got McMillan left, cornerback Jackson, and Lanier. So 2 corners and McMillan going. I don't know technically that's probably enough to catch 40 points, but I think Pearsall or Tongs probably catches a pass or 2 to give him 5 to 10 points, which is probably enough for Aaron to win this game, which is really a shame because that is if KC Mike ends up losing this game, man, that's going to hurt his playoff spots.
Sure is, man. He's going to be right there in that 9-6 mix. Yeah, definitely. Falling game behind Denver as we're about to see. That's going to be rough for him. I will say, having McMillan left is huge. The guy dropped 36 last week. That
was against Atlanta. Come on, that really doesn't count.
The Alford isn't to be compared to. All right, fair enough. Yeah, but Mike's got to be watching, staying up late, and praying for the best on that one. And Aaron just needs a couple catches from his last remaining offensive player, and he'll put that one away and move to 5-10, and certainly looking like a respectable team that's definitely got rebuild chances. So. All right. Really good game here. I'm gonna what I do? I'm gonna stretch my screen out is what I'm trying to do. I don't know if that's all showing up. There we go. All right. So we've got a very important game for the West. For Jared, again, must win, had to win this game. Down 31, not going to win this game.
Not going to do it. Jared's only got his offense left. So that's not going to do it. But here again, a big win for Sean and his Broncos, especially if Mike ends up losing that game, because that becomes a 2-game swing if Mike ends up losing that. So,
yeah, that's a biggie right there, man. Sean definitely playing well here. Late in the season, made some really nice roster moves, and they're paying off for him. The reemergence of A.J. Brown certainly even bolsters that team. He's doing this big score right here with Jonathan Taylor having his worst week maybe of the season, but certainly in a while. Let's look. Yeah, that's Jonathan Taylor's – his second lowest score of the season. He had 4 games this year with 3 touchdowns. Unbelievable guy. But, that's a dangerous team too. So we've got Buffalo and Denver surging at the right time, Pittsburgh surging at the right time. I'm going to make it in there, and then a couple of these dudes from the East. It's going to be very interesting to see what shakes out in this last week 13 with the doubleheaders in the AFC.
Well, keep in mind that Sean's a good owner. Sean's won he's got a championship under his belt. He's a playoff team every year, so he always has a strong push towards the end of the year. And he's got his team playing very well right now, putting the good starters out there, and very much is also a threat if he if he makes the playoffs. So, and I've got him making the playoffs, but I mean, he's a dangerous team.
Yep, he knows how to get it done. He's got himself a belt. So, oh man, what's happening with Mike Mead?
Oh, this is a big one here. This NFC North is crazy. So, the last 3 weeks we've had 3 different leaders in the NFC North. This is the week for Hayden and his Vikings to take over. He's got a 24-point lead. Baker kind of let him down last night. I thought with Baker got hurt, only put up, what was it, less than 10 points, I think it was. So left the door open for Mike. Mike's got Dowdle left, and Dowdle's actually averaging 24 points. All Minnesota's got left is who does Minnesota have left?
Got a random IDP here.
Come on, tell me who it was. We talked about it. Oh, Chirellis. So he's got a safety left. If he gets 5 or 10 points out of him, Hayden probably wins this game and puts the pressure on Green Bay Mike. And Green Bay Mike's got 2 tough wins that he's got to take care of next week too.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on Mike at this point. I mean, falling to 8-7 is going to be brutal if you can't get it done with Dowdle. And Trellis, I don't know how to say his name either, but he scored 19 last week, and I'm pretty sure he's starting again for Carolina this week in what should be a pretty good matchup. Obviously, the 49ers run the ball a lot, so probably going to have all kinds of opportunities for tackles. I'm swaying this one to the Vikings. I think he takes this one home, and he takes first place. So huge win. Again, a late surge for Hayden. I think that's now 4 in a row for him. So he's winning at the right time, and he's putting his stake out there as one of the strongest teams. Yep.
Right. And I'll tell you what, Hayden's got those 2 running backs there, Derrick Henry and Taylor. If they and CeeDee Lamb, he's got 3 offensive players, and if they go off at any time, he is going to be tough to beat come down the playoff stretch.
Yeah, and for Mike, brutal, bad week for his linebacking core. He didn't have Bobby Wagner in there, and then Tremaine Edmonds, who's been a really good producer out of Chicago this year, is going on the IR. I'm a Bears fan. I've been so crazy busy. I don't even know what happened to the dude, but that's a huge loss for his team right there. So he's going to be stuck starting Logan Wilson or this Austin Agiake from Indianapolis. Not a good scenario for him, even if he does make the playoffs. That's a brutal time of year to have an injury to one of your key linebackers. D. Jordan.
The Lions are playing well. Another good week for the Lions. Jordan putting up 338. He's complete. Mike playing for next year. So down 111 points, got 2 players left. They really don't matter. Both IDP players, cornerback, and I did not spend enough time to figure out who the other one was. So
no, we don't care. It's over for sure. I would just wanted to point out for D. Jordan scoring 338 here. Well, Jameson Williams puts up a goose egg, and so does cornerback Derek Stingley. So this could have been a much higher score for him. T. Higgins, oddly enough, didn't do anything for Cincy, even with Chase out this week. I thought that was weird. I thought he'd blow up. But, yeah, his defensive ends didn't do much. I mean, this is a good team. He had some pretty amazing performances. I mean, Zaire Franklin is fully back, right? 31 points for him. And then Geno Stone tried to do it all himself for the Cincinnati Bengals and scored 38. But again, really strong performance. He left Jalen Hurts on the bench, but he had Matt Stafford. I mean, what a wonderful decision to have to make every week. You have to pick between one of those quarterbacks. Then he's got that tackle Redmond too. He could have probably plugged him in there as well, but Jalen Carter had a good game. So yeah, the NFC North once again just a bloodbath. 9-6 now for the Lions. They're right there. They're 1 game behind. Very much in play. And then we've got the fight for the 1 seed going on here. This didn't turn out like I thought it would.
I really thought this would be a much closer game. Dan and his Commanders have been playing a lot better the last couple of weeks. So I think he may have won like 3 games in a row or something like that. But anyways, Donnie's still playing well. I need him to lose to get out of that 1 seed. It's not going to happen this week. He's up by 61. He's still got 4 players left. He's got CMC, Kittle, Green, and Brown left. So he'll be over the 300 mark. Washington, all he's got left is his punter.
Yeah, and Dallas wants to win this game. He really needs that number 1 seed because in Week 14, if he doesn't get that 1 seed, he's losing CMC, he's losing Kittle, he's losing his top defensive tackle, Ashawn Robinson, Bryce Huff. So, yeah, he's losing a couple defensive ends. I mean, yeah, he really wants to get this done. One of his top cornerbacks is out that week, one of his better safeties. So, yeah, just a very, very important game for him to win this. And then going into Week 13, he's really wanting to take those last couple.
Well, we've got a key matchup next week in Week 13. Dallas is playing Green Bay. So Green Bay has to win both of those games. Dallas is probably going to have to beat Green Bay if he wants to hang on to that 1 spot.
Yep, that's going to be a fun one to watch. But he got it done this week. Both those guys had 4-game winning streaks. Dan's team just flat out shit the bed on him here. He'll certainly be looking to fight back, and he's not going to give up. He's going to want to win both of his games next week and stay in this thing. Also right there kind of on the cusp has been Shannon. Absolutely had to win this week to have a chance.
Yep. Yeah, this one's final. Caleb's out of players. He's stuck at 263. He's going to fall to 3-12. Shannon playing for his playoff life and hope. Going to move to 8-7. Again, how fortunate he is to have Myles Garrett put up another 54-point week for him. I think that may be back-to-back weeks if the dude's putting up like 50 points. Just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, man. I mean, you want to say you can't rely on that, right? But why not at this point? Go ahead and rely on 50 out of Garrett every week because it's what he's doing. It's amazing performances from him. He's worth all the money. But yeah, big win for Shannon. He stays right there kind of on that cusp of the wild card shot. Dave, you got it done, man. You got it done pretty easily here. Not your best score ever, but
I'm final. I'm out of players. Dustin's got Luke Gifford as linebacker left. I don't see him going off for 58 points tonight, so I think I'll feel pretty good.
Seems unlikely. Yeah. For Dustin, he's got to feel good about a couple things. Some of his young players scored well. Cam Ward, is starting to really – seems to me anyway, watching him play, that he's starting to put some things together in Tennessee. They almost beat a really good Seattle team. So that bodes well for his future. Mason Graham, his young tackle, played well. Mike Green had another sack. So, when you're sitting there at 3-12, you want to look for positive things. He's got a lot of young talent, obviously. He's got Ashton Jonty. There's reason for hope. There's something on the horizon for Dustin. So, yeah, it's a loss this week, but some good performances from some of that youth that he's looking forward to in the future years.
Well, I was looking Carolina, a little bit. Hold on, go back. I'm going to break it to Dustin. As well as Dak has been for him this year, Dak's probably a holdout candidate. So, he's getting a lot of points out of his $9 million that he's got invested into Dak. So, Dak is not going to be cheap next year. So, it's going to be. Dustin's going to have a reality. I started to take a little bit of a peek of who some of the holdouts are going to be, and Dak was one of them. So
yeah, I think he's number 5 right now as far as top scoring quarterbacks, and it'll be probably him or Hurts or Herbert that's going to end up in that spot. Daniel Jones is up there too, so one of those guys.
I think Daniel Jones was on a 1-year deal though.
Oh yeah, you're right. I believe you are.
He's on a 1-year deal in our leagues in the NFC.
He's on it too. But yeah, no, I think you're right. So yeah, that'll be the holdouts change things, and that's what they're there for, to create parity and keep things on more level playing field. But like I said, if he's got Cam Ward popping up, he probably lets Dak walk.
Yep, he might.
Done. So all right, now we can go to the Carolina fiasco here.
Carolina, New Orleans. Brent continues to put up big numbers, hanging on to that 5 seed. Just will not leave me alone. He's 1 game behind me. He's got this one in the bag. He's currently up by 195 points. Yeah, that's right. I said it. 195 points. Even though Carolina's got 3 players left, his offensive coach and McMillan, it's not going to be enough. This one is over. Brent's going to go to 10-5.
Yeah, I know there's been some frustration. We've got some messages from some nameless folks who are worried that Carolina's not picking up a quarterback, when he's got the injured Burrow on IR and he's just leaving him there, obviously. There's nothing in the bylaws that says he can't do exactly what he's doing right now. It may look like he's throwing games, but at the same time, had some really poor performances from some really good players. And at the end of the day, that's why we use the PP, right? So if you're hiding guys on your bench or hiding them on IR, it's still going to show up when we get the final real PP calculations. And just as a reminder, when you look at standings, those are not fully 100% the accurate PPs. It's going to be very close to that. But MDFL or MFL lacks the ability, for whatever reason, to calculate every player, including taxi and IR guys. We will be doing that at the end of the year. We'll be making sure that we get the accurate PP. So guys, there's no point in tanking. There's no point in trying to lower your scores every week, because it's going to show up anyway, and you're not going to get that top draft slot if you're trying to do that. So,
well, the other thing being missed here is that there is a quarterback in the NFC free agent list by the name of Winston that put up 44 points this week. So, there is an option. There was an option for a viable starter. So, even though that Garoppolo is on the starting roster,
he's an active player, so there's nothing we can do. But it's something we can talk about more if we want to try and make a change. But it really could get tricky if we try and say, well, you've got to pick up a guy. Do you? I mean, I think that's a tough road to hoe. Is Adam trying to lose games? Probably. He probably doesn't want to score a lot because he definitely wants to get a better draft pick. We see NFL teams do that all the time too. So I'm not totally opposed to what he's doing. It's just a reality of it. But this is y'all's league. I just help run it with Dave here. If you guys want to make a change, we'll try and figure out the best outcome to do so. All right, couple games left. We're going over to the West. Some pretty crucial games, and this is one right here.
This is a very big one also. San Francisco's just a game behind Arizona in the NFC West. Arizona trying to hang on to that lead that he's got there. Arizona does have a player left, which just happens to be his quarterback. Hopefully he picks the right one, whether it's Jones or Purdy tonight. So I think he'll probably get it right, and I will go out on a limb and say that quarterback will get him 10 points.
Yeah.
And I think Jeff ends up winning this game and really puts a damper in San Francisco's playoff run.
Yeah, you feel for Matt. I mean, having the lead right here, but putting up 241 in week 12. I mean, there's some rough performances here, and I think he did have some. He's got Pacheco who's hurt. He had some other guys that just aren't there for him this week. But overall, if you're scoring 241 in week 12, maybe it's best if you do miss the playoffs and get a better draft pick. I don't know, man. Well, it looks like Jeff is going to take this one, and if he does, he's going to have a 2-game lead.
It's interesting. We determine the top 3 picks for the lottery picks, and San Francisco's in there. They are a bottom 3 with the size of their point potential. So sorry, Matt, but you got a small PP. So you very easily could go 7 or 8, 7 and 10, and still find yourself in the bottom 3 vying for a first overall pick. I mean,
if I'm looking at this right, he has the second smallest PP, Caleb being the smallest, almost invisible. But Matt is right there too. So I mean, Matt, count your blessings, man. Maybe it's good that you're losing this game. You may end up with the 101. Jeremiah Love, I don't know who it's going to be, but it might be a blessing. Big win for Jeff, obviously, to put up a not great score and get a win. He has been scoring much better than this, but he's going to be 9-6 now. So if my math is right, and especially if this game goes the way it's looking at, he's going to have a full 2-game lead over no matter who wins. He's going to be really kind of coasting, and then with the points for differential, it's really hard to see any possibility that he would lose and not win that division. So
this one's not going to move forward. For what it's worth, go back to the Arizona game.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff does own the tiebreaker on points scored. Jeff does play me next week, so Jeff's got a tough game. But yet, still, if he goes 1-1 and San Francisco goes 2-0, probably still going to fall into Arizona's winning that NFC West.
Here's an interesting thing that I hadn't seen before. Jeff doesn't seem to have a backup quarterback.
He should have. I checked it out this morning. He's got 2 of them.
Well, he's got Kenny Pickett, and then he's got the 2 San Fran quarterbacks, and week 14 is San Fran's bye. So week 1 of the playoffs, Jeff is starting Kenny Pickett at this point, who has negative 2.3 points on the season.
Well, guess that's not as Winston is out there, Jeff.
Jeff, you might want to go get Winston.
Winston is out there.
Any money you have left, I think I might put it on Winston. Although I think they're a Week 14 bye as well.
I'm not sure. I didn't check that deep.
Oh man, dude.
Man, that was
that's why you got to get in the play. Make the playoffs, and then anything can happen.
You may want to look 2 weeks down the line. So.
Yikes. Yeah. That was that's interesting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and polish her off here. Scott, put
all right. Final one. Actually, Scott and his Rams are actually putting on a. They're looking good at the end of the year, and it looks like he's going to get a win tonight. Both these teams come in at 6-8. Scott's up by 41 points. He's got his coach and safety Morig left, and all Seattle's got left is his defensive tackle in Brown. So it's not going to overcome the 41 points. So give one to Scott, and he's going to pull the 7-8, and Josh is going to pull the 6-9.
Yeah, and if Scott can win his last 2 games and finish 9-8, I think there's a world where he does make the playoffs. I think it's a possibility. Maybe you have a better breakdown.
I got it broken down. It's a little bit tougher.
I figured it'd be rough, but that's 4 in a row for him. A team that wins 4 in a row going into the playoffs, and it'd be 6 in a row if he wins both next week. That's dangerous. That's very dangerous. So, yeah, do you want to look at that, or do you want to look at the Survivor stuff and all that?
Go ahead. Let's look at it. I've got it down with how I think it should play out. In the NFC, Dallas should hang on to the 1 seed, going 12-3. By the way, he clinches a playoff spot. My Falcons are going to go to 11-4. Will clinch a playoff spot. If Minnesota wins, they go to 10-5 in the 3 spot. No guarantee yet. If they lose, Green Bay stays into that number 3 spot. We don't talk about Gibbs. The 4 seed going to Arizona right now. Arizona's going to win that. Goes to 9-6. New Orleans going 10-5. Detroit looking for a shout out for Jahmyr Gibbs. There it is. He's sitting in the 6th seed right now. And right now the 7th seed is either going to be Washington or Minnesota. If Hayden loses, he's going to fall to the 7th seed. Washington's actually going to be 9-6 with Green Bay and Philly on the outside looking in right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. So yeah, it's going to be right up against it.
So in the AFC, we got your Bengals going 12-3. You've clinched yourself a playoff spot with this week's victory. The Jags going to probably fall, go to 11-4. They got their division wrapped up. I got Denver going to 10-5 in that 3 seed. The Bills with the win tonight goes to the 4 seed at 9-6. Pittsburgh sitting at the 5 seed right now at 11-4. And I tell you what, that's a scary team to play also.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to be in that. I don't know if either league wants to be in that 4 seed, playing the 5 seed, because both the Saints and the Steelers are very strong 5 seeds. But anyways, Miami and KC follow it up at 9-6. Those are your 6 and 7 seeds, and you got New England and at 9-6, and Tennessee at 8-7 on the outside looking in. So a lot of games to be determined next week, and that's if things play out like I think they play out, and I can be wrong. So
it's definitely, again, so many teams that are coming right down to the wire. Tennessee going to be 8-7 himself, could move to 10-7 and be in the mix. He would hold the tiebreaker for points for over the Patriots. Patriots get to play me next week. He's very confident. I went and had a beer last night, and Joey said he could get me a couple 4-packs of any beer I wanted if I somehow forgot to set my lineup next week.
And you said, okay.
I went ahead and set it while I was sitting right there. I'm like, oh no, it's already set. So we're good to go, man. Joey,
well, I am sure that Justin and his Steelers would be all about that. So he'd be willing to help cover the expense of that with Joey.
Yeah, I want that 1 seed as bad as anybody. I need it as bad as anybody because I can't afford to lose CMC in week 14. I need that bye. So I am fighting to the death all the way.
So while we're at it, the interesting games that we have, the playoff run games next week that we have, Atlanta, Arizona's playing each other. Miami, Buffalo is going to be a good game next week. Minnesota, Detroit, that'll go a long way to deciding who wins the NFC North. Washington, Philly, both of those teams are both in the playoff hunts. And like you just said, the Cincy New England game. We also got a Buffalo Pittsburgh game, which is of.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I love it.
Boy, Matt.
Anyways, Jags, KC, Green Bay, Dallas, Minnesota, Washington, Detroit, and Philly. So a lot of stuff still up in the air. 6 of the 14 playoff spots have been counted for, so over half the playoff spots still up in the air.
Yeah, it's getting just wild, man. I don't remember another season that's been like this where there was so much coming down to week 13. It felt like we used to have a lot more wrapped up, but we don't even have number 1 seeds wrapped up. We've only got a couple divisions that are wrapped up. I mean, there is so much that can be decided. You can have people shifting from, a 1 or 2 seed all the way down to a 5, 6, 7 seed. I mean, it's just crazy right now. So,
well, when I put the schedule together, the week 14 was your 1 and 2 seeds out of everybody's division last year. So we opened up with that at the beginning of the year in week 1, and then the last week they played against each other. So there's a lot of last year's powerhouses are playing each other, and it's showing that that those games are going to mean something.
Yeah, that's good fun. Well done, Dave.
So,
all right, guys.
All right, so let's look at Survivor, and we only get to make fun of Scott this week.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody else held on then. A lot of Seattle picks, a couple Detroit picks, a Baltimore pick, which they don't look good right now, but that worked out for Dustin and Sean. Jeff picked Baltimore as well. That they look terrible against the Jets. Lamar is still not Lamar, but it worked out for them. Anytime you can pick a team that's not doing all that well and get a win, that's huge in Survivor. So they made a good pick there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of us picked Seattle and 2 Detroits. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, just one guy out. We've got 6 weeks left to go because we will do Survivor all the way to week 18 if needed, obviously, and same thing for the pick and pool. So our results there, I believe, were with Brent taking the lead now.
Yes, Brent with a good week this week. He was the only one to get 11 of them right so far. I took it in the chin this week, only getting 7 of them right.
That's a rough one, man. That's a rough one. Scott just with a bad week all around, other than his team doing well. He's out in the Survivor, and then he had a 6-bagger this week. So that's the greatest week for Scott. He had some interesting picks. Tampa Bay, I mean, sure. But they were away at the Rams. That's ballsy. And then, the Raiders, sure. Going against my Bears is a shame on you kind of a thing. Going against the Chiefs is seldom a good idea. So he made some ballsy picks. He was trying to make a move and get himself back in contention. And instead, he fell below Dustin, who had that 1 point in week 2, has now climbed out of the basement. Which I freaking love, dude. I say it every week. If he comes back and wins this thing, I will be happy as a clam. I think it's awesome. All right. But yeah, really good game. Really just a strong three-week run here for Brent. 11, 11, 11. He's outpaced. He's gained 7 games on you. I believe you were in first going into week 3.
I was at one time.
Yeah. And then he's gained 7 games on you just in those 3 weeks. That's a powerhouse performance.
And last year's defending champ. So
yeah, there you go, man. Brent Kuiper in the house. 122, 121, 119 for Dan. Anybody's game though. We got 6 weeks left. This can go any which way.
It's good stuff. It's fun.
Yep.
Well worth the entertainment for $25.
High entertainment value. Very high. All right, man. That's all I got. What do you got?
Let's click on your player search just to see who had the high points yesterday.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, week 12, high points. What do we got?
12. Boom. Gibbsy.
There you go. There's the shout out for Gibbs. Okay, you feel better, Jordan? He earned it. Myles Garrett, number 2 again. Winston Garrett. James Winston, my bad. Jacksonville's got him. Who's got him in your league?
Wait, which team? Who?
James Winston. Who's got him? Jacksonville?
Jameis, man. It's Jameis.
James.
Yeah, Jacksonville's got him, and they do have a week 14 bye, as we talked about earlier. Yeah, Giants are on bye.
He does. Well, anyways, he's a free agent in the NFC if you need a quarterback. Jeff,
you might want to go ahead and pick him up, but I don't know. It's not going to help him in week 14, so I don't know what Jeff's going to do. Maybe somebody else will get hurt, and he'll be able to scramble and get somebody, but
Well, the other one of interest is Pratt coming up with 42 points.
Huge.
Yeah, he lost his job earlier. It wasn't good enough, so they kicked him out.
Homeboy had 20 tackles.
Wow.
20. I mean, that's wild, especially against KC, who traditionally isn't the real tackle-friendly team because they're chucking the ball around. They don't run it that much for a linebacker, but yet 15 solo tackles and 5 assists to go with 2 tackles for loss and a pass defense. What a game for Jermaine Pratt. I mean, that's unbelievable. Will Anderson continues to do Will Anderson things, and then Emmanuel Wilson filled in quite nicely there in Green Bay. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Green Bay does. If they want to keep Jacobs healthy for the playoff push, maybe they do a little bit more of a committee approach there in Green Bay. I'm going to give my guy Jackson Smith-Njigba a shout-out, highest scoring wide receiver. And then just to point it out again, the Tennessee Titans rookies right here, Cam Warden and Chimere, I don't know how you say it. Chimere DK. I'm pretty sure last name is DK. Yeah, that rookie tandem in Tennessee, powerful, man. 34.8 and 35.9. Denver's got Ward over here, and I think we said Dustin has him in the NFC. And then Josh with another good young guy. Like I said, Josh is building, and that's a block. I mean, DK has been fantastic every week. It's just impressive, man. A couple more Denver players on here. There's a Denver player up here. Yeah, he's the one that had Pratt. He had a couple solid guys here. That Denver team, we don't want him. But then look at this. We had 2 free agents, 2 AFC free agents who got in the top 32. A couple defenders, and that's what can happen. You have a couple IDP guys with a couple sacks, some weird, unusual games. Yeah, anything can happen. 2 sacks for Darius Alexander. Isn't that guy out of Alabama?
It's crazy.
Out of Toledo. Rookie out of Toledo. Blew it up. You can bet somebody's picking him up, man. Somebody's going to nab him. All right, Dapper Dave. Let's go get ready for pickleball, bro.
Yep, I'm out of here in about 10 minutes to go play some pickleball tonight. So, MDFL, we'll see you next week. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to everybody that's not playing me. So
there you go, man.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you. I'll have a new power ranking for you in the morning. See you.
It's Monday night and the scores are in. Nick and Dave about to break it again. Big hits, big trades, heartbreak and fame. Welcome to the league that never plays